Hey everybody, welcome to my shop. Come on in. Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here, back with another project. So that's another video for you guys. So if you saw in my latest mail call, you would have seen that I picked up this sweet Herrig 618 surface grinder. That's just, you know, totally minty. I mean, in super condition, hardly has any hours on it. So excited to get that. I will admit I'm an amateur grinder. I haven't done that much grinding. So this project is going to be about building a surface grinding wheel balancer. So I figured if I can go ahead and eliminate as many variables as I can by having a surface grinder that I know the ways are in perfect shape, you know, a nice flat chuck, a wheel that is balanced, coolant if need be, then, you know, I should get the results that I want. If not, then I know the error is on me and it's not something, you know, coming from the machine or something that I didn't do prep wise. So that's what it's all about. We're going to go build us a balancing wheel stand because they are super expensive on eBay. I mean, they go from $400 or $500 to $600 to $800 to $1,200. I mean, they're up there. So it doesn't make much sense because there's hardly anything to it, right? So we're going to go, you know, make one out of aluminum and get some wheels balanced. So let me turn the camera around and we'll head over to the workbench. Well, these are your typical surface grinding wheels. You know, you got your aluminum oxide and your silicone-based ones. I picked up some extra hubs off of eBay, so that way I can keep the hub on the wheel once it's balanced. And there's several ways to balance a wheel. You know, one way you can do it is once you get up there and you find the heavy spot, then you start drilling some holes and taking out a little bit of the wheel itself, try to get it balanced that way. There is one system where you get this hub. Let's say this is the hub and it has two weights in it, and you can slide the weights until you find the sweet spot. Well, Chuck Bomarito over there at Outside Screwball, he took it one step further and he made some basically balancing wheels. So I picked up a couple from Chuck. I'll put his email down there. He probably still has a few. Now I'm filming this in October of 2021, so if you see this video a couple years down the road, obviously Chuck's not going to have any of these. But what this allows you to do is, you know, you mount it to the wheel, you know, the hub's going to hold it. And I guess I can take one out and maybe show it a little bit better here. So it has all these holes, and you've got these little set screws, and you use these set screws as the counterbalance. So if the wheel is, let's say, this is the high side of the heavy side of the wheel, then you can counterbalance it by start adding these set screws. So it's pretty slick. Got aluminum over here. I think that's what we're going to make it out of. I guess I can turn the camera a little bit. So, you know, this is the scrap pieces I picked up from metal supermarkets. This is kind of stuff they just throw in the dumpster. I mean, it's crazy. Perfect for, you know, hobbyists and small job shops like me. I think what I'm going to do is use this for the sidewalls. I'll just cut this in half. And then I've got this piece here. This will be basically the base, and of course then we'll have to do 3 feet so we can get a level. And then I've got an order from McMaster Car coming in tomorrow, and I've got a piece of 1/4-inch drill rod. So we'll just take a 1/4-inch ball end mill, cut a groove, and then that way the drill rod can sit in there. So I have a nice hard surface for the arbor to roll against and won't you know, introduce any error. So that's kind of the plan. Easy breezy. I'll take you guys along. I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, cut these at the bandsaw, get all this prepped up for the material, and meet me over at the mill. Well guys, I just had this, I don't know if it's a crazy idea, but maybe pretty cool. So to make this project a little more fun, and kind of a challenge. I'm going to try to use as many machines as possible in making this stand. So I figured, I'm counting, I might be able to get about 8 or 9 machines in. So I already cut the stock with the bandsaw, that's one. We're over here at the vertical mill getting ready to true everything up, that's 2. Over at the Herrig surface grinder, we'll grind up a piece of high-speed steel for a shear tool. Clean all the surfaces up on the shaper, so now we're at 4. Take it over to the horizontal mill and we'll mill out the top slot for the drill rod, so we're at 5. Make the knobs and adjusting screw on the lathe, so that's 6. Of course we got to drill the holes, so I'll use the drill press, there's 7. Let's polish them up so I can use the buffer over there, so I've got at least 8 machines. So that's pretty cool, so you know what I mean. Hashtag use all the machines in your shop. So that's what's going to happen. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to do light passes since we're sticking so far up. Notice if we get any flex or chatter here. Let's see how it goes. Got a new light here, LED, trying it out, but looks like I got a little bit of glare on the viewfinder. Let me see if I can move you if that's any better. Just finished getting it all squared up and getting it to size. So I was going to use a shear tool on it, but the protective film did a really good job. So there's really no need to come back with a shear tool. Surfaces are just nice and mirror. There's a light scratch in there because I just cleaned them up with you know, a blue shop towel, and that just kind of scratched them. But I thought there'd be more digs and, you know, deeper scratches, but there aren't, so we're not gonna go to that process, but we'll still use the shaper, so we can still keep that one on the list. So now I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on the bottom here, or the base, if that's what you want to call it. So same process, I'm not gonna show it, I'm just gonna go ahead and get her squared up and get her right, and we'll move on. Let's go ahead and get the vertical bandsaw in the mix. Give us another machine that we used on this project. Now there's a couple of teeth that are bad or missing on this blade, so you'll hear it skip every now and then. It's not as pronounced in aluminum as it is with cut steel. Well guys, it is the next day, so it's time to grind up a piece of high-speed steel for the shaper. Figure what the heck, might as well do on the surface grinder. Add another machine to the list, right? And plus, since I've got a nice surface grinder now, why not? Don't know if you can see it with the glare, but we're gonna grind up this profile here. Left side cutting tool. They don't list a specific standard for aluminum, but this is a basic profile for steel, so it should work. What we're going to do now is the 5-degree relief on the bottom right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm looking in the viewfinder, trying to get it so the glare is not in there. But that's what we're going to start with. Now I've already stoned the mag chuck, stoned the bottom of the vise here. I don't know if you can see it, but the high-speed steel is back there. And like I said, we're doing 5 degrees. So I've got my, let's see, Starrett 359 protractor. Got it set for 5 degrees, so all I did was put it on the edge of the vise and come up here and turn it to the angle I needed. So that's how I got her set up. Well, I don't have a real good place for you on this surface grinder, so this is not ideal because it's going to try to shoot the grit towards the GoPro. But well, you're still going to hit there. Man, yep, I can't get you anywhere. Hang on. Well, front on is about the best place because you're going to hit if I go from side to side, so not much I can do on it, unfortunately. But you'll get the idea. I'm just going to just chew this 5 degrees down. A couple thou at a time here. I'll make quick work of it. I'm gonna move the vise so we hit a different angle. Maybe I can get you in there. Well, everything is going great so far. I had to get these compound angles, so I had to break out my univise. I don't have a compound sign plate, so doing the last side, getting ready to relieve the front. About 15 degrees. And before I put the univise on, I stoned the bottom of it. A little product plug here, and I use my Stephen Lang from Shark River Machine precision ground stones. This is a perfect size for this little handiwork. So I'll put Steve's email in the description if I can remember, or at least pin it down there, so you guys, if you're interested in a set of precision ground stones, you can reach out to him. And like I said, I don't know if I can get any shots. It's just not a good place for you. I'm going to have to get some sort of different camera set up if you want to see me actually do some grinding here. So that's why you haven't seen me make much sparks unless I go handheld. Well, let's get to it. See if I can hold this and get a little footage. This is basically it. See, I'll move you in, and I'm just going to spark her out here. Said I'm handheld, sorry if it's shaky, but alright, you can see that. Looks like we got a good profile. Excellent. Get her over to the sharpening stone and we'll get her razor sharp. So let's take a look at it. Here is the front cutting edge. Looking in the viewfinder there, guys. I'm trying to open this. There's not too much glare. So 5 degrees underneath, 5 degrees back, 5 degrees from this cutting edge on the side, and on the front we did 15. So she's going to be shearing like this. This will be the stock, and she's going to be coming in like this. And I just used this 1200 grit with a little WD on this diamond plate here. So she feels really good, nice and sharp. Should slice the aluminum, no problem. So let's get over to the shaper and get set up. So I think I got it all set up finally. It's taken a while. I mean, obviously, if I had done this in the mill, I could have just taken a 1/2 inch end mill and zip, and 2 minutes later I've been done. I think I've been fiddling with this for about 15 minutes. But I got her set up. We're gonna go in 1/2 inch. So I got my dial indicators set up, so when I get over 0 I know. Plus I've got the anti-bozo line. Oh, we're about 300 thou depth of cut, and I think we'll do, I don't know, about maybe 20 thou step over. We'll see how she goes. She should peel the chips pretty good with that nice sharp edge. I mean, they're not going to be any A-bond chips, but then again, his shaper is twice the size of mine. So let me get you in a good spot, I guess, and we'll see how it goes. Seems to be taking it pretty well. There you go, I got to my depth. Some pretty cool aluminum chips. Can you hear that on the microphone? Sweet. Alright, let me get the other one set up. I'll just knock that one off camera, get it out of the way, and I'll bring you guys back.